Hello everyone, I am Saif and today I am going to talk about semiotics. So what is semiotics? Semiotics is a broad philosophical concept or theory that deals with the function of signs and symbols in both natural and artificially constructed languages. It is the study of the use of symbolic communication. Semiotics can include signs, logos, gestures, and other linguistic and non-linguistic methods of communication. Semiotics derives from the ancient Greek word semion, which means sign. There are two founding fathers of semiotics. The first one is Ferdinand de Saussure, who was a famous Swiss linguist. The second one is Charles Sanders Peirce, who was an American philosopher. Sign can be broken down into two parts, the signifier and the signified. The signifier is the sign, a word, color or image. For example, the color blue. The signified is the concept, meaning or associations that the sign refers to. For example, in stories or poems, blue is often associated with sadness or the sea. Now we will have a look at some more examples of signifier and signified. Here the red heart is the signifier. It represents love, happiness, gratitude or even flirtatiousness, which is the signified. If we take a linguistic example of the word open, when it is invested with meaning by someone who encounters it on the entrance of a shop, is a sign consisting of signifier, the word open, and signified, that the shop is open for business. Let's think of the red light in a series of traffic lights. Here, the signifier is the red light. It signifies that you cannot continue to drive your car any further. This sign means that you must stop the car because it is dangerous to continue and you will put yourself and others in danger. Signifier can be classified into three types. First one is icon. An icon has a close physical resemblance to what it signifies. We can consider the following communication icons. The above three icons represent television, computer, and radio respectively. Another good example is photo of a mustache. It is because the audience knows what it is instantly, although the style or color might be a bit different. The second one is symbol. A symbol has no resemblance between the signifier and the signified. The connection between them must be culturally learned. Numbers and alphabets are good examples. There is nothing inherent in the number 6 to indicate what it represents. It must be culturally learned. Another example of symbols are those we use to identify gender. These symbols might have some historical context or significance, such as how the male and female signs are derived from the classical symbols for Mars and Venus. But there is very little connection to the constructs they represent. The Wi-Fi sign is also an example of symbol. Here we have some more symbols we see in our daily life, such as Coca-Cola, Samsung, YouTube and many others. The third one is index. An index shows proof or evidence of words being represented. A good example is using an image of smoke to indicate fire. The signifier is the smoke, which leads up to the signified being a fire. Paw or footprints are also example of an index. The denotation of a word or phrase is its explicit or direct meaning. Another way to think of it as the associations that a word usually elicits for most speakers of a language. The connotation of a word or phrase is the associated or secondary meaning. It can be something suggested or implied by a word or thing, rather than being explicitly named or described. For example, the words home and house have similar denotations or primary meanings. A home is a shelter that is the usual residence of a person, family, or household. and a house is a building in which people live. However, for many people, these terms carry different associations or secondary meanings, also known as connotations. Many people would agree that the home connotates a sense of belonging and comfort, whereas house conveys little more than a structure. So far, we have learned semiotics as a method of study or analysis of signs and symbols. We also came across some new terms such as signifier, signified, denotation, connotation, along with their categories and examples. That's all about semiotics. Hope this video will help you.